Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Army troops capture 8 local terrorist group members in Maguindanao del Sur. 73rd IB enrolls 22 former rebels in equal program in Sarangani. DOH reports flu cases down by 39% from late September to early October. 2.5 billion pesos may be taken back from first 12 contractors in alleged bid rigging, according to DWDD.
Good day everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, October 21, and this is AFP Community News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, Army troops captured 8 suspected members of local terrorist groups and seized their weapons during a successful operation in Sharif Aguac, Maguindanao del Sur yesterday. The 601st Infantry Brigade, led by Brigadier General Edgar Catu, launched the decisive military operation after receiving reports on the presence of Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters Bungos faction and Dawla Islamiyah Hassan group members in the area. Recovered items included M16A1 rifle, 11 magazines, over 200 rounds of 5.56 mm ammunition, and several cell phones used for coordination. Major General Donald Gumiran, the commander of the Western Mindanao Command and 6th Infantry Division, lauded the troops' success, calling it a testament to the people's growing trust and cooperation toward achieving lasting peace in Mindanao.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 73rd Infantry Battalion facilitated the enrollment of 22 former rebels under the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program at Balay Sarangan, Alabel, Sarangani Province. Conducted in coordination with the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, the initiative provides financial, livelihood, and social assistance to help reintegrate former rebels into mainstream society. The program highlights the government's continued commitment to peace and inclusive development. The 73rd IB reaffirmed its dedication in supporting former combatants in building peaceful and productive lives.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now from NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Juan about AFP senior enlisted leaders' strengthened commitment to innovation and progress.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines reaffirm its commitment to innovation and progress as it successfully concluded the AFP Senior Enlisted Leaders Year-End Consultative Meeting 2025 through a closing ceremony held at the NCO Clubhouse Support Command, Camp Serviliano Aquino, Tarlac on October 17, 2025. The AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Esprano Jr. graced the occasion as guest of honor and speaker, where he lauded the senior enlisted leaders for their unwavering dedication, discipline, and leadership. He emphasized the crucial role of the enlisted corps in advancing institutional transformation and ensuring operational excellence across all units of the armed forces. Guided by the theme AFP Senior Enlisted Leaders, Leading Progress Through Change and Cultivating Innovation Across the Enlisted Force, the event underscored the AFP's collective drive to adapt, modernize, and lead with integrity amid evolving challenges. The ceremony also paid tribute to retiring and retired personnel for calendar year 2025, honoring their loyal and selfless service to the nation. This is John Sagok reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
2 new People's Army members from Caraga region surrendered to the 4th Infantry Division in Baguio City, turning over 2 M16 rifles. The surrender, facilitated through the joint efforts of Army, police and intelligence units, resulted from intensified military operations and community engagement in Agusan provinces. The former rebels cited disillusionment and fear for their safety as reasons for abandoning the armed struggle. They are now being assisted by the 75th Infantry Battalion for enrollment in the government's Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 73rd Infantry Battalion launched its 4th quarter 2025 Infantry Squad Challenge at its headquarters in Barangay Feliz Malita, Davao Occidental. The 3-day event tested the endurance, discipline and teamwork of participating squads through tactical and physical challenges. Teams from Alpha, Bravo, Charlie companies and the Scout platoon competed in marksmanship, land navigation and combat decision-making exercises. Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Julius Taniza commended the troops for their unity and determination and emphasized that the challenge strengthens operational readiness and the spirit of camaraderie within the Neutralizer Battalion.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our report on the ground, let's hear the report of Leonor about MBLT-8 joins coastal cleanup for World Wildlife Day in Ilocos Norte.
Marines from the Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 joined the sunrise flagging activity at Manok Island, Ilocos Norte, led by the Dalumpinas Oeste Eco Rangers in celebration of World Wildlife Day. Together with the Philippine Air Force, Bureau of Fire Protection, local government, and youth volunteers, the Marines helped clean and restore the island's coastline. The activity aimed to promote environmental awareness and strengthen community cooperation in protecting marine ecosystems. MBLT-8 reaffirmed its commitment in safeguarding both the nation's territory and its natural environment for future generations. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 27th Infantry Battalion supported the Hog Management and Biosecurity Measures Livelihood Seminar held at Mintal Gymnasium, Barangay Mintal, Tugbox District, Davao City. Organized by the Department of Social Welfare Development through its Sustainable Livelihood Program in partnership with San Miguel Corporation and BMEG. The seminar aimed to equip people's organizations with knowledge in sustainable hog raising. The 27IB facilitated the participation of community groups by engaging local leaders and promoting active involvement. This initiative emphasizes the battalion's continued commitment to nation building, supporting livelihood opportunities, and fostering peace and development in local communities.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Health reported that cases of influenza-like illness in the first 2 weeks of October were 39% lower compared to the last 2 weeks of September. The DOH made the statement citing data that showed 10,740 ILI cases were reported from September 14 to September 27, 2025. Meanwhile, it logged 6,457 ILI cases from September 28 to October 11, 2025. Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said the current number of ILI cases in the country is in line with anticipated increases during the flu season.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Eljoy of First Year G about Marines conduct Pikiti Tirsha Kali training in Cagayan.
Yes, Rofh, the Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 conducted Pikiti Tirsha Kali training, the martial arts system of the Philippine Marine Corps, as part of the unit's regular morning physical fitness and combat readiness program. The training focused on enhancing the Marines' skills in edge and impact weapon, empty hand techniques, and close quarter combat, the core elements of the Pikiti Tirsha Kali discipline. This activity forms part of the MBLT 10's continuous effort to strengthen the discipline, agility, and combat effectiveness effectiveness of the personnel, ensuring that every Marine remains physically fit, mentally resilient, and tactically proficient in the performance of their operational duties. Through consistent training and capability enhancement programs, Marine Battalion Landing Team 10 upholds the Marine Corps' tradition of excellence and preparedness in defending the nation and serving the people. This is Meljoy Nasho Arok reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoy of First CRG.
DWDD National News.
Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon said that 2.5 billion pesos in cash or pieces of property and even more may be recovered from contractors of flood control projects initially linked to alleged bid rigging. Dizon said that they have already filed 12 cases before the Philippine Competition Commission concerning the anomalous flood control projects. In those 12 projects, they can recover 2.5 billion pesos. The DPWH earlier this month referred to cases of bid manipulation and bid rigging to the PCC for preliminary inquiry and possible filing of cases under Section 14, Chapter 3 of the Philippine Competition Act. The first case is against Wow Builders, IM Construction Corporation, SYMS Construction Trading, St. Timothy Construction Corporation, and officials and employees of the DPWH Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Public Works and Highways is planning to cut the cost of materials for its projects per region. DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon said that many of the materials were found to be higher than the real cost of materials all over the country. Dizon admitted that cost of materials in DPWH projects, such as steel and cement, were really overpriced, and this even differs per region. He then added that the DPWH will be releasing a recommendation based on its assessment of the cost of materials in the next few weeks.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Gina about 7FAV supports youth wellness in Carmen Mental Health Summit.
Yes, Rofh, the 7th Field Artillery Battalion joined the Padayon, a campaign for adolescent mental health summit held at the Municipal Gymnasium in Carmen, Cotabato. The event attended by representatives from the local government unit, Department of Health, Cotabato, and local schools highlighted the importance of youth, mental health, and community collaboration. As part of their outreach, the Steel Rain Troopers provided free haircuts and distributed materials promoting military career opportunities. The activity strengthened civil-military partnership and emphasized the Army's support for the well-being and development of the youth. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, Malacanang has so far rejected calls to abolish the Department of Public Works and Highways. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said that despite the allegations, there are still many public servants in the agency. Castro added that only those who were involved in corruption and wrongdoing should go. Last Saturday, DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon vowed many employees at the agency would be removed as the government's probe on anomalous infrastructure projects continues.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is satisfied with the ongoing investigation being conducted by an independent commission for infrastructure. This was according to Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Attorney Claire Castro. But Castro said the president is still open to suggestions on how to strengthen its power and functions of the ICI. She explained that it would be better if the ICI would have more teeth in the ongoing investigation.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Jai about Army Chief honors heroes on 8th anniversary of Marawi liberation.
Rofh, Army Chief Lieutenant General Antonio Navarrete led a wreath-laying ceremony at the Marawi Pylon, libingan ng mga bayani 4th Bonifacio Taguig City, marking the 8th anniversary of the Marawi liberation. The event paid tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of soldiers and law enforcers who fought to reclaim Marawi City from ISIS-linked terrorists. Senior officers from the AFP Major Services and former Joint Task Force Marawi Commander, Lieutenant General Rolando Joselito Bautista retired, joined the commemoration. The ceremony reaffirmed the Army's commitment in honoring fallen heroes and sustaining peace in the country. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority conducted a cleanup operation at Ilugin Creek in Pasig City. This is part of its ongoing efforts to address flooding in Metro Manila. MMDA Chair Romando Artes said the cleanup is crucial, noting that clogged waterways often filled with trash and water hyacinths are a major cause of floods in the metro. Heavy equipment, including a trash skimmer, crane, backhoe, and dump truck were deployed during the operation.
DWDD National News.
Communities in Masbate benefited from relief operations ordered by Malacanang after the province was battered by Typhoon Opong. Special Assistant to the President Anton Lagdamea Jr. led the distribution of relief goods and damage assessment accompanied by several cabinet members. Lagdamea told residents that support will continue until the province is fully back on its feet. Among the assistance distributed were rice and corn seeds for local farmers to help revive the agricultural sector in the province. Around 500 tourism workers who lost their livelihood due to the typhoon also received aid through the help of the Department of Social Welfare and Development and the Department of Tourism.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Shaina. Second RCDG concludes ROTC administration training for 21 personnel.
Yes, Rofh, 21 personnel, including civilian human resource from the 2nd Regional Community Defense Group, completed the ROTC Administration Training Level 1, Class 01-2025. The week-long course enhanced participants' knowledge of ROTC administration through lectures, workshops, and evaluation sessions. Group Commander Colonel Monib Mamau graced the closing ceremony as the keynote speaker, commending the trainees' commitment to service and excellence. The program emphasized the 2nd RCDG's dedication in professionalizing its personnel and improving the overall management of ROTC units across its area of responsibility. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Shaina.
DWDD National News.
Following the onslaught of Typhoon Opong, most of the major repair works in schools in Masbate are expected to be completed between December 2025 and February 2026. The Department of Education made a statement. As it reported, the repairs of 2 of the most affected schools are near completion. DepEd said at Nursery Elementary School, minor repair of damaged roofs, ceilings, and electrical wirings has already reached 100% completion, while school building repairs are at 40 to 45% completed. Meanwhile, Masbate Comprehensive National High School, multi-story buildings and other structures are between 30 to 90% finished. According to the agency, Opong damaged 1,651 classrooms, most in Masbate City, with 1.079 billion peso worth of losses.
DWDD National News.
Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla revealed he discovered that there are 204 suspected midnight appointees in the office of the Ombudsman. Remulla said he will ask those 204 people to reapply because they still have a 6-month probationary period. He warned that if those appointees who were hired last July will not reapply, they will be treated as midnight appointees. The Ombudsman also asked the Civil Service Commission for assistance in evaluating the cases of the 204 appointees.
Armed Forces Radio.
And Some information from Emmy about Philippine Fleet launches 2025 Basketball Fun Tournament in Subic.
The Philippine Fleet kicked off its Basketball Fun Tournament 2025 at Key 7 Naval Operating Base, Subic, Zambales, with a colorful parade of participating teams. Led by Philippine Fleet senior enlisted leaders headed by Command Master Chief Petty Officer Samuel Arnaldo, Philippine Navy. The event gathered officers and enlisted personnel from various fleet units to promote unity and sportsmanship. Philippine Fleet Deputy Commander Commodore Junji Tabuada, Philippine Navy, emphasized that victory is measured not just by scores but by teamwork and respect. Running until November, the tournament aims to strengthen camaraderie, fitness, and morale within the Philippine Fleet community. This is Amir reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Amy.
DWDD National News.
Senator Bong Aquino assured the 3.5 million beneficiaries of the Libreng Kolehiyo Law that he will secure funding for them in the 2026 national budget. He also expressed his commitment in expanding the number of beneficiaries of the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, which he championed as the principal sponsor during his first term as chairperson of the Senate Committee on Education. Currently, there are around 2.2 million students enrolled in SUCs and LUCs that benefit from the law. Under the same law, around 1.3 million students in private universities and colleges also receive support from the national government through the tertiary education subsidy and the Tulong Dunong program.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, the DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.